Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. It's Jaguar football as we get back into the action in quarter number one. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
From the 31, Lawrence. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. Lawrence to Shenault for Jaguar first. There you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
On first down, it's Robinson. Fights through and now a crease. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 43 yards for him on the ground in his first quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year. Well, James Robinson, surprise star last year as an undrafted rookie, 5'10", 220. He is a tough man to get to the ground.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because, you know, all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Now Lawrence on first down. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll start things with a handoff to Lindsey. Able to slither by. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And that was a pleasing run from Philip Lindsay, coming over from the Denver Broncos to join now a crowded backfield with the Houston Texans. But why is it so crowded? Because they finished 31st in the league last year in rushing, and they're trying to find anyone who can lead them and get that running game moving in Houston.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars 37.
All right, Brad, I know where they're really going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They run. It's Johnson. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now it's Watson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Dwayne Smoot. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And this offensive line, as we all remember, allowed 50 sacks last year, tied for the 2nd most in the NFL. They vowed new techniques, a few new players, but so far, not quite getting it done.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. To throw is Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, if you pull up his college highlight reel, you will see no shortage of great throws, and here's one in his NFL debut for big yardage.
And this is going to be a big test early in his career. How accurate can he be on throws like this? If he keeps doing that, he's going to be just fine.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And this one into the hands of DJ Shark.
And the Jags are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
These two teams all tied after 1. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Lawrence going to give this to Robinson. Draw play.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
Robinson will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Lambo to add on the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Fights loose, and he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Lindsey. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try the left side with Lindsey. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable. And really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Every time I see James Robinson make a run, as we just saw there, one word comes to mind for me, and that's determined. Undrafted, out of Illinois State, always doubted, and all he did, finished 6th in the NFL in rushing. What a find he was in 2020. And he expects that to continue in 2021.
On first down, Lawrence to Chenault on the slant. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Another completion there. You know, we think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Robinson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Lawrence now off the bootleg. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Texans scoop it. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. Screen pass to Lindsey. Runs through the contact. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe one block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Able to fight through one tackle. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Faking the give. Now Watson. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. Here's Watson. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. A gain of 6 there on first. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. That is taken in by Hurst. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. They'll try to run with Lindsey. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Lindsey. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Phillip Lindsey, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. And now out come the Jags. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Laviska Chenault, the intended target. And it's 3rd and short. From the shotgun, Lawrence, throw right side into the hands of Akins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
86 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first down.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run it now with Robinson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's got room. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Some early fireworks from this rookie quarterback getting the start in week 1.
And every time a rookie quarterback gets to start week 1, you and I both know the extra attention that comes with it. We know that he's going to throw the football, but will he make the right decisions? And in this case, with his legs, he showed the defense there's an extra dynamic to his game.
They'll run on first down. Robinson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Alden Smith, the former number 7 pick, gets the sack.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very fickle.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
What you call a rookie mistake. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Now Watson. He gets it to Cooks. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On first down, it's Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. They've got his man complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To the air yet again, Watson. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he gets it all the way down to the 3. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Back to throw, Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Hayden Hurst in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans have taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see. A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. He's got Akins, the tight end. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start out in Indy. Seattle in town for the season opener against Indianapolis. And that game tied at 7 in the second quarter. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Sam Darnold with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington football team at home at FedEx Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Kyle Allen throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. We continue on with the check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And even though they trail, they've had success running the football. Over 100 yards rushing as a team in those first 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they didn't have quite the same kind of success running the football. But still, not bad for one half of play. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
For the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. On second and very short, Watson. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Off of play action, it's Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Dwayne Smoot able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
Throwing on second and long. Watson. Quick completion here to Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Here's a give to Lindsey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And the pass complete, this one to Danny Amendola. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Watson. That's the tight end, Hurst, with it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. They'll run with Lindsey, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. One more time with Lindsey, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Phillip Lindsey with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead now up to 14. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line and taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They go play action now. Lawrence. Flushed out right. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They run. Robinson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Now Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Backed up where they were on this side of the field, that was a gutsy call.
A gutsy call that never should have happened. Not so much them going for it. That's their decision. But where's the defensive front? Where's the leverage? Where's the low man wins? Where's getting into the offensive backfield and spilling the play? How did they permit them to pick up a first down in that situation?
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On the run, it's Robinson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. They'll come up now on second and a yard. And to give this time to the tailback. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over about 50 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On first and 10, it's Lawrence staying on his feet. And that's going to be incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, but it's going to be second down. Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. The open man is Shark. It's complete. Well, the Jaguars are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team run the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Right there, Chenault for the Jacksonville touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Deshaun Watson and the Texans offense trot back out there. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side, you know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people
under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Josh Allen, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Josh Allen picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was a 3rd and long run, and to me, that was just a wave the white flag kind of a situation. Obviously, they don't want to risk the chance of throwing it downfield and risking a turnover in this section of the field.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I'd have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when they start to feel.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Jordan Akins, 29 yards. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this game here on the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
And, partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
On 1st down, Watson. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. Hayden Hurst, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Return here for Agnews, and they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Robinson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Another carry for the leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there at 22.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. The kick by Lambeau is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. And that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well. And it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against him.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that gives him a 3-point lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. He's able to find Miller. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. Now a first down throw. Watson. Buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, here's Watson. It's Miller, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 75 yards receiving for him now. And it's a first down. Here's Watson. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Now it's Watson. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Again, that's Hurst. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Forced out to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. Lindsey. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Johnson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And this one is right through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
They didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They run the draw here with Robinson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, now Lawrence. Able to complete this to Shenault. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On first down, Robinson takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. Working with his 2nd and 4. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. They'll run on first down. It's Robinson. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Jaguars, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.